So what is the easiest and simplest way to format your ebook? That is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about how to use Draft2Digital to format your ebook. Now, of course, Draft2Digital is also a print-on-demand company that distributes ebooks as well. So you can use Draft2Digital to distribute your ebook, but you don't have to. You can use it just purely for formatting your ebook. My name is Mandi Lynn. I make weekly videos on the business of being an author. If that's something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a new upload. So today we're sitting at my desk because I'm going to give you guys a tutorial of uploading your book to Draft2Digital and formatting your book on Draft2Digital. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to make an EPUB file of your own book. I'm talking a book that doesn't have any photos or complex formatting, and it mostly just has regular chapter headers. If you want to know how to format more complex books that require a little bit more customization when it comes to formatting, make sure to check out my book formatting course. In my book formatting course, I teach you how to format your book for print and ebook using Adobe InDesign, which I personally feel is the best book formatting software out there. So I will leave that linked down below. I also have a video that you guys can watch if you're not familiar with Adobe InDesign and you maybe have some questions as to why it's such a good book formatting software. Anyways, let's talk about formatting your book with Draft2Digital. So first things first, we're in Microsoft Word and I have my book open. This book is Meet Me at the Summit. And you can see I've already got some front matter going on in this book and it's not formatted yet. But you can see there's a couple different things that have happened before chapter 1 starts. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to File and Save a Copy so I can have a new copy of this book. So I'm just going to label this as Meet Me at the Summit and put Draft2Digital, which is D2D abbreviated. And then just hit save. That way we're not ruining our old document. So what I'm going to do is I just want to have just the chapters of my book. So I'm going to go scroll up and highlight everything that comes before chapter 1 and hit delete. And then delete again until we just have chapter 1 here. So as we're getting our manuscript ready for Draft2Digital, we want to make sure it is very basic formatting where we have a very clear bold all caps for the chapter and then the rest of the book is just regular font that's nothing fancy. And I'm also going to go to the end of the book and now we have our acknowledgments section. The only issue of what's going on here is that the acknowledgments, which is meant to be a header, is the same font as the body of the text. So if we uploaded this to Draft2Digital, it actually wouldn't be able to see that this is supposed to be something separate from the rest of the book. If I highlight to chapter 1 and go to my styles, you can see that the chapter header is this style here, which I actually labeled as chapter title. So I now want to go down to the acknowledgments again, highlight the acknowledgments header, and then change it to the chapter title header. And I'm also just going to center it because I know that's supposed to be centered. Now, the logistics of what font style the header should be doesn't really matter as long as it's the same and consistent throughout the entire book, and also as long as it's not matching the body text. That's really all we need when formatting our book on Draft2Digital. We need the body text to be one thing and the chapter header to be another thing. Now I can also see that for some reason this is in a different font. Everything else is in Times New Roman and this paragraph is not, so I'm going to highlight the entire thing and then just change it manually to Times New Roman. And I'm also going to change the font to 11. And I can also see it looks like the color might be off as well. This is just a weird little glitch in my manuscript that actually happens with a lot of people. So that is all fixed now, and I'm just going to hit save. And our manuscript is now ready to be formatted in Draft2Digital. So this is Draft2Digital. As you can see, I've already got some of my books on Draft2Digital. If you don't have a book on Draft2Digital yet, you're going to hit the Add New Book button. I, however, already have started the uploading process for Meet Me at the Summit on Draft2Digital, so I'm going to go ahead and just edit the existing files that are in here. So because I've already started the uploading process, you can see I already have a lot of information already pre-filled out, but because we're talking about just the formatting process, we can kind of ignore everything else. So in order to format your book, the first thing you have to do is upload your final manuscript. So we're just going to hit that browse button and find the Word document that we were just working on. All right, so I know this is the right one because it says Draft2Digital on it. I'm going to hit open, and you can see it's just loading in right there. While it's loading, you also can go ahead and hit the Edit Shared Metadata and Cover, and just make sure that the cover is the correct file. And if you're publishing your book through Draft2Digital, you're going to want to fill out all of this information as well. I actually have a tutorial on how to format a print book for Draft2Digital and how to publish your book through Draft2Digital. But today we're talking just about ebook. So all that's important here is having the correct cover and having the correct manuscript uploaded. And then once you have that, we're just going to hit save and continue. Again, I'm not going through a full tutorial for Draft2Digital because I've actually done a tutorial for Draft2Digital before, and the tutorial was specific for print. And now we're just talking about formatting your book for ebook through Draft2Digital. So now we're on the next page, and we can see that Draft2Digital has been able to detect our chapter layouts. So because we did the different formatting for the chapter header versus the body text, it was able to see where chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on start, and we can even scroll down and we can see that it also was able to pick up the epilogue and the acknowledgments. Now, if this information wasn't correct, what you would do is you'd click Help, These Aren't My Chapters, and it gives you the option of kind of being a little more particular about your formatting in case Draft2Digital wasn't able to pick up on it correctly. Now, because my formatting was so simple and straightforward, it actually only picked up on the correct option, but if you had a more complex manuscript, you'll have a couple different options here, and you can click on them, and if these still aren't correct, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go back to your Word document, modify your Word document, upload it back to Draft2Digital, and see if it picked up on it then. So going back to where we left off, over here, off to the left, is just the additional information we can add. Like we can add in a title page, we can add in a copyright page. We definitely want a copyright page, so I checked that off. Dedication, I know my book has a dedication, so I could paste it in here like so. I can also do the also by. When you publish through Draft2Digital, because you have your other ebooks up on Draft2Digital, it can actually auto-generate your also by page, so it's always like super up to date, and as you publish more books on Draft2Digital, it'll update your also by page, so that is awesome. So what we need to do is just tell them where we want the also by page, whether we want it at the beginning of the book, at the end of the book, or both. I'm just going to put both, because why not? Draft2Digital also does email notifications. This basically is a newsletter through Draft2Digital. Now you can check this box off if you want, or you could just add in your own email newsletter sign up yourself. A teaser would be, you can add in a teaser of another book that you've published through Draft2Digital. So if you check that off, you can just go down here and say what book you want the teaser to be. For me, this is the book we're working on right now is Meet Me at the Summit. So naturally, I want the teaser to be book 2, which is Let the Rubble Fall. So I'm going to click that. And then you can also add in an About the Author page. Now, when you create an account through Draft2Digital, in the settings, you actually write your own About the Author page. So if you do that, you just click which profile that you're working with. So for me, I do Mandi Lynn. But if you have like multiple pen names, that's what this would be in the dropdown, is all your other pen names. And then if you also have an About the Publisher page, you click that here. But again, this is information that you fill out elsewhere on Draft2Digital's website. So you have to fill that stuff out first if you plan on checking off these little boxes. So now I'm going to hit save and continue, and it's actually going to go ahead and give us an ebook preview of our book. So here's our preview, and this is the very basic default Draft2Digital simple one. And we can see chapter 1 starts, and then the book starts, and we can click through, and then chapter 2. So I want to go back so we can see all the other things going on here. So this is the copyright page that I requested to be added in. And as you can see, it all auto-filled based off of the information that we added of the book on the details page. So if any of this information isn't correct, just click on this details button and you'll be able to update that, whether it be like the publisher date or the ISBN that you need to update. Then next we have the also by page. Right now my also by page only has Meet Me at the Summit because I actually don't have any of my books published through Draft2Digital. I publish exclusively through Kindle Unlimited, so that's why we don't see my other books here. But if you publish all your books through Draft2Digital, you'll see all of your books pop up here. But you can also see it links to my website as well. And then we turn the page and we have our table of contents where readers can click to wherever they would like. And we click through all the table of contents and we have our dedication and then the book itself starts. So let's go to so I'm going to take you guys to the acknowledgement section. So this is our acknowledgement section. It's formatted just like a regular chapter. And then we have, this is the page that Draft2Digital gives us where you can sign up to the newsletter through Draft2Digital. Obviously, it looks really cool. It also has this fun books to read link, and if we click on it, we can see this is a page that Draft2Digital creates that is like a custom newsletter sign up page through Draft2Digital. I think this is really cool, and you can take advantage of this if you want. I personally think if you're going to do this, that you should just have a link to your own newsletter because you have full control over your newsletter. So just make sure you add a link to your newsletter in your manuscript that you upload to Draft2Digital. And if we turn the page again, this is the teaser that we added in of Let the Rubble Fall. So it says, did you love Meet Me at the Summit? Then you should read Let the Rubble Fall by Mandi Lynn. So this is beautifully formatted, and we have also the cover. And then after the cover, we have the blurb for Let the Rubble Fall. And then after the blurb, we have a link to my website. I just wanted to pause in and add a little tidbit because as I'm editing this video, I realized that I may have misunderstood things on Draft2Digital. Originally, I thought that Draft2Digital only allowed you to link to your author website, but I realized as I'm editing this video that I don't have any books published through Draft2Digital. And so Draft2Digital views me as not having anything else published. So even though Let the Rubble Fall is technically published, through Draft2Digital's eyes, it's not. So they don't have a link to my book to put at the end of the blurb. So I just wanted to let you guys know that there is a possibility. I can't confirm it 100%, but I'm pretty sure that if you do the sneak peek feature with a book that is published, it should link directly to the book so people can go to a retailer to buy the book and they don't have to go through your website and like click through your website and explore to find a link to the book. So after this little preview, we have one more thing, which is the also by section once again, because we selected the also by section to be at the front of the book and at the end of the book. And then I also forgot, after the also by section, we have the author bio. This is not my updated author bio, and this is not my updated author photo, so this is very old. So if you find this is out of date, just go to your account settings and you can update all this information. So now that we have the layout of our ebook, let's customize the chapter headers. So we're back at chapter 1, and this is where this right-hand panel comes in handy because we can customize things and make them fun. So we have a few different templates like the Draft2Digital Simple or the Modern Watercolor, and you can see when we do that, we have a drop cap, we have a little piece of art, and then if we select the corner decoration, you can see that come up, deco, and I don't know how to say that, but it looks really cool. Then we have minimal. So these are all the all-purpose templates, and then down here, these are specific to genres. We have a mystery and thriller like A Clue, classic mystery, Nevermore, Grime. Under the romance section, we have Midnight Oil, Subtle Hearts, Sweet Bow. Under the science fiction and fantasy, we have Digital Echo, Fantasy, Hardline, I don't know how to say that, Regal, Dragon. And then under nonfiction, we have Draft Digital Block and Textbook. And also make sure when you're selecting these different templates, if you click through, you may notice like I don't have any in this first chapter. But if you have scene breaks, the scene breaks change from template to template as well. So I'm just going to click Subtle Heart because this is a romance book. And you can customize things. So this is editing how the beginning of the chapter looks like. We have the drop cap, or we can have the phrase cap where it capitalizes the first couple of words, or we can have nothing where it's just regular. I personally really like the drop cap. And then this edits the scene breaks. Okay, I'm struggling to find a scene break in here. If you do have a scene break, you can edit it the same way, whether you want the beginning of a new scene to have a drop cap, phrase cap, or nothing. So once you've done all that, if you just wanted to use Draft2Digital to format your book and you don't actually want to publish through Draft2Digital, what you do is you'd hit the download EPUB option, and then it downloads the EPUB file to your computer. And you're able to use that EPUB file to then upload to KDP or any other retail websites, and it should be perfectly formatted. You also see that we have download PDF and download Mobi. Download PDF is just so you know you can view it on your computer. Download Mobi. Mobi is the file that Kindle used to use for ebooks, but they're actually moving away from it and they actually prefer EPUB files now. So you can download your Mobi file, but you don't have to. I recommend doing the EPUB file because that is the most universal. So all you do then is you just download the file and distribute it however you'd like. And then if you are publishing through Draft2Digital, all you have to do is click off this little box that says you've reviewed the manuscript and you approve to release it for distribution. You hit save and continue. And then on this next page here, you're just selecting where you want to distribute your book through. So you can do all of this. If you already have your book published on Amazon through KDP, do not check off this box. But then you can distribute through Scribd and through Kobo and through these other library services. And you can edit your price that you want to sell your book at here as well. And then once that's all said and done, you hit the submit button to submit it for publication. But again, if you're only using Draft2Digital to format your ebook, you're never going to need this page. You just download the file on the last page you're on, which is right here. You just download the EPUB file there. So that is the quick and easy way to format your ebook through Draft2Digital. I did it the simplest way possible where I only uploaded my chapter files and my acknowledgements, but you can also create your own end matter so you can customize having a link to your newsletter at the end of your ebook, or just customizing the teaser at the end of your ebook as well. But if you don't want to do all that customization, Draft2Digital does have the feature where they do it for you as well. If you want to watch more videos like this, make sure to check out my entire Beginner's Guide to Self-Publishing a Book playlist. Otherwise, that is it, and I will see you all next week.